Yay! Good evening, my lovely people. Um, just give me a second. I'm gonna check real quick to make sure that I'm on live on Facebook this week. Um, yeah, had a little snafu last week. Okay, I'm seeing myself there. All right. So, technology, it's great when I've got it figured out. Not so great when I'm still learning to push buttons or not push buttons. Um, so I apologize if you showed up last week on Facebook to see a live broadcast and I wasn't there because I apparently did not hit the right buttons. So this week, I think we've got it all figured out, and I am thankful for the learning process. We we live, we learn. Um, so good evening. Um, we're going to be talking about magnets and custom orders tonight. So, and I maybe if you hopped on over to YouTube and you and you caught the replay there, because I did manage to record live to YouTube. I did show off fall ornaments last week. I will work some of those in. So some of the stuff I'm going to show tonight is a repeat of what I wanted to show you last week. So just hang in there. So magnets and custom ornaments. Those are the two things we'll be focusing on this week. If you notice back here, I've been playing around in the studio a little bit. I have some new curtains I wanted to put up to help with the light in here and hopefully some of the heating and cooling issues. The part of the house that I'm in is not insulated, so it can be a little toasty in here in the summer and a little cooler in the winter. But just want to show you real quick. The curtains aren't done, but woo! That was my original project, and I thought, well, since I'm doing that, I've been wanting to put up something here so I don't have to look at, and you don't have to look at all that stuff back there. It just, yeah, makes for a nice space, and now I can open the curtains. So, in case you were wondering, that's why that's there. Trying to think what else I'm working on this week. Just trying to get stuff out the door. I do have, if we do get a chance tonight, I am hoping to show you how I pack an order, or at least some of the components, because it's not quite ready yet. And so you can see how your order will arrive. And one thing I keep forgetting to do, keep forgetting to mention. Oh, first of all, my name. Hi, I'm Lisa. if this is your first time here, I'm Lisa, and this is Grand Story Ornaments. So that's one thing I keep forgetting to mention every week. And the second thing is any of the pieces that I'm showing on here, if you are interested in them, all you need to do is to describe it in the comments and click mine, or not click mine. I wish there was a button like that, but just click mine. Hey, I loved your nutcracker ornament that was green and blue. Mine. I will try to have a better system in the future, but I keep forgetting to mention that all of the things that I'm showing on here are available for purchase if you would like them. So don't hesitate to jump on here. And if you're watching the replay, same applies. If you're watching the replay, you see something that you're like, oh, I just have to have that. Type it in the comments, click and say mine, and I will get in touch with you and get you an invoice, and we'll get that squared away. And tonight, also, when we talk about custom ornaments, if you see something that you're like, oh, that would be perfect, but I need a different color, or I need a name or something on there. Again, we can have that conversation. So feel free to jump on and do that. So, what I mentioned at the end of last week's live, that was only on YouTube, I mentioned about magnets, and I wanted to spend a little time talking about the magnets this week. And I know that might be a little confusing to be like, well, wait a minute, I thought you did ornaments. I'm sweating a little bit. Yes, I do ornaments. But in a number of the craft fairs that I was involved in, when people would look at the ornaments, they would also wonder, they'd be like, oh, do you do magnets? I said, well, no, I'm doing ornaments right now, but I kept hearing magnets brought up over and over again. Magnets, you should do magnets, you should do magnets. Excuse me. So to respond to that and test it out, I have started doing some magnet variations of the ornaments. So it's the same concept. It's the same clay blanks that we're doing. It's the same artwork. The only difference is, excuse me a second, the only difference is that I'm putting a magnet on the back instead of a hole. And let me show you what I'm talking about. So here, oops, let me get behind the curtain. I forgot to get out my little hooks here. Okay. So here we have an example of what I am talking about. Ta-da! So you have an ornament, which has the back. That's the back of that. And we'll talk about custom stuff with that one in a minute. And then you have this one. Same artwork. Let's see if the camera will focus on it. Come on. Same artwork. But on the back, and especially on this one, there's two magnets. Some of them only have one, but this one, since it's larger, this is a 3.5 inch 3.5 inch blank. So let me get my handy. Let me put my handy ruler. I love this. It always gets tricky to display magnets. So here's my handy metal ruler. So there you go. You can stick it on a ruler. You can stick it on a filing cabinet. You can stick it on a magnetic whiteboard or your refrigerator or your freezer. I even tried it on our washing machine if you want to decorate your washing machine. So this is what I'm working toward offering, is that if you prefer a magnet over an ornament, and this I'm rolling it out first on some more of the not so much Christmas specific, not holiday specific ornaments. So yeah, so magnets. And I would really love feedback, even if you are not a big magnet person. I would love to have that feedback of, yes, you really like magnets and you think they would be you would be interested in them. Um, another reason I wanted to the magnets again for that season, to extend the season, because you might not, it's to put up a magnet, you can enjoy that a lot more throughout the year, perhaps, than finding a place to hang an ornament. So, I wanted to find ways to help extend that season. So that's one example. That's my counting my blessings. I have had another version of count your blessings ornament, but this is an updated version, and I like it for the fall or spring. I think sunflowers tend to be more of like a summer fall, but I could see that working for spring too. It's, hey, anytime. Counting your blessings anytime is a good thing. That gratitude and just helping you think of things, positive things in your life. That if you're struggling with any sort of depression, anxiety, all that, counting your blessings, good way to counteract that. So that is one of the ornaments that has a magnet counterpart. Ugh, my brain is just, it feels like mush. So I'm hoping I'm making sense, because they've had me working really hard at physical therapy on Tuesdays, and for some reason that makes my brain mush. Okay. So another option that I created, and this one was kind of for fun, but oh my goodness, people were oohing and awing over this. I have a piece of artwork. I love the beach, but I grew up along the shores of Lake Erie, so one of the Great Lakes, and those beaches are a little different than your oceanside beaches. But I was inspired to paint kind of a beach shoreline. The words will come to me eventually. So I painted the shoreline, but then I also have these molds to do the 3D shells and starfish. And I had a couple of different combinations. Excuse me while I get the sweat off. I had a couple of different combinations, and I posted in a coastal decorating group, and this was the one they voted for. This was the most popular choice. This shell and the starfish. So I did the ornament with that, but then I still had another shell there. Let's see. Come on, camera. Will that focus in on that now? There we go. Okay. So then we have the shell there. And again, this is the ornament. I don't know, you can't, well, here, if I do the light there, this is like a metallic blue that I just did on the back. You can kind of see it around the edges there. So that's a magnet version, which I can easily put on the same shell combination as this. So there again, you have ornament if you want something to hang, and magnet if you just want to stick it on something and leave it there. I would be remiss if I did not show. Let's see if I can find one of my strings here. This one does not work with my little. This one will not work with my little metal book. So I've got to put an actual string on this one. Okay. Now, these have been really popular. My little hymnal ornaments. So here you have the ornament version. And again, we have a magnet version. Okay. And I'll be offering these options, getting them up on the website, getting them in the Etsy shop, so that you can enjoy either one. And again, these, to have a hymnal, if you have a favorite hymn that's very encouraging, great. It makes a great gift. If I've had a number of people order the hymnals for friends and family that that was their favorite hymn, and so they just wanted to gift it to be extra meaningful. They wanted a gift that was extra meaningful, thoughtful, and so they did a favorite hymn. So those are some of the options. I'm working on some smaller decorative things. Like I think last time I showed leaves, but I don't have the ornament version of those leaves available yet. They're just as magnets. But here I have for fall, if you wanted to decorate with acorns. This one doesn't have its magnet yet, but now you can see how here's one where you can see how it's constructed is make a little indentation there in the clay when I make the blank, and paint it, put the artwork on the top, and then I'll glue the little magnet on the back there. So this one is in process. So yeah, so those are the magnets, and hopefully you've looked through the page and seen the refrigerator where I displayed the ones that I've made so far, the magnets I've made so far. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about and share about was customizations, because that is another big part of why I do what I do. I'm not a factory. I do try to, I do have quality standards, and I do make the blanks as closely, I try to make them the same as much as possible, but being handmade, it just, there's sometimes there's variations and all that. But customization is one of the big reasons I do what I do, because I have the artwork, but I know that y'all sometimes have other things that you want to celebrate, or you want to put on a date, name, a personal message, and I want to make those options available. So as much as possible, what was the one I was going to show? I think I forgot to grab one. Well, we'll go back to this one. So, you have the front of the ornament, and then I try to leave spaces on the back here. Like there's this big space here. You could put a date. You could put a personal message. I can make that on there so the text is easier to read. That makes it very unique, just for you, just for your loved one, your friends, your family, coworkers, whoever you would like to get a meaningful gift for. So I always try to leave those options available. Or in some cases, hold on a second, it might be behind the curtain again. Oh, here we go. All right. So for an ornament like this with the Jesse tree, I have this verse on the back. But maybe this story has a particular significance, or you want to gift it to somebody, you want a date on it. This, I can replace this. Okay. I can replace this with whatever you would like to put on the back there. Okay. So that's what I mean by customizations. Or I've also had people give me ideas. If they're like, hey, could you do such and such an ornament? I will put a caveat on that though. When I do custom ornaments, I don't do anything that's a potential licensing issue. And by that, I mean, I don't do like, Disney, Marvel, copyright type materials. I really shy away from that. Because there's other places out there where you could get that. I don't want to mess with that. I don't want to deal with lawsuits or anything. But that's my only thing where I'm like, please don't ask for copyrighted materials. But if you have ideas for ornaments, or you need a custom piece, give me a buzz and we can work something out. Before I leave today, I do want to show, I think I did a reel or something with another ornament here. But at the time I only had one option available. This time I have since done a couple of options. If you get to know me for any length of time, you'll find out that I am a musician. That was what I was. That was my big push before I got into painting and crafting. So my heart a lot of times goes out toward musicians. So I have these musician ornaments. These ones I don't think we'll be able to make into magnets. Maybe on the back side, I'll show you. So we have this music note, this golden music note. I can do in red or green. And then I also customize it for different clefs, because as a musician, I know that not everybody is a treble clef musician. Some of y'all out there are alto clef, and some of you are bass clef people. So I have, and you can have red or green, because these I wanted to do Christmas wise. So red and green. And again, it's got a gold metallic paint on there. And then the other option besides that is I also I did a 1-note version and I did a 2-note version. So depending on which you like, and again, I could do the different clefs. I can even, again, this is where the customization comes in. If you know somebody that is a tenor and reads the tenor clef, very easy for me to do the artwork on here and bump it up. Okay, so that is another ornament that is going to be available. Now, for magnet, if people wanted a magnet for this one, I would probably take out the note. I'd put this side as the magnet, and then you could just have the treble clef, unless you wanted the note side, and then we can do it that way too. So I think that's all I have for this evening. So again, if you saw anything in the live that you want to have, just comment in the notes, mine, describe what it is that you want to have, and I will be in touch with you. And if you see this on the replay, again, same thing applies. You can type in what the ornament was and mine, or message me if you saw something that you're like, ooh, I have a custom idea for that, or I have a special idea. All right, so that's it for this evening. I hope you're enjoying this. I think in another week, I'm not going to be doing therapy in the afternoons on Tuesdays, and I think that my brain will be, I'm hoping my brain will be working better, and we'll have some more things for next week. If you have ideas of what you'd like to see, please let me know. I'm always open for suggestions. Okay. Thank you. I hope you have a good night. I hear my office assistant calling to be let in, so we're going to let poor Pepper in the office again. All right. Have a good evening.